Hello and welcome to Mobius Final Fantasy. This is just a look at it. I'm just gonna review it essentially. I was gonna make a first impression thing, but well, I recorded all the stuff, but my mic was apparently turned off. So yeah, none of that. So this is Mobius Final Fantasy, like I said, and basically it's based around cards. So I'm just gonna quickly go into that, and then yeah, it might be a bit confusing at first, but no, not that one. Ability cards. So let's just sort these. There we go. And okay, so these are all the cards that I have. Now each one of these cards, as you can see, have an affinity, so to speak. So this is a fire card, which means that when you use it in battle, it will do a fire skill, and so forth and so forth. This is a water card. This will do a water skill, and you know, so forth. And basically, they all are actually abilities. But this is one of the main things in the game that, you know, for cash. This is one of the main cash grabs. So basically, to get these cards, you can get them from beating enemies. You can see I have a couple of these cards. I've beaten quite a lot of those enemies, so I've got quite a few of those cards. And, you know, it's just like that. So, also, you can go into the shop. And here you can buy, in the ability shop, you can buy cards. Have them sorted into... no, they're not sorted by default. Oh, there we go. So basically, these are cards that you can buy. Now, all cards are not necessarily great. Like, for instance, here we have Phoenix from Final Fantasy VII. If you look here at the attack, it's got 220, which is pretty good, but I think the one I have, which should be around here somewhere because I bought it from here, is actually better. There it is. So here we go. Yeah, 350. That's pretty good. And they also have orbs, and I'll get into that when we get to fighting. And yeah, so that's basically how it works. We have all these different cards. They're all of different things. I don't really know how much time they actually spent on doing those. I mean, most of the cards look cool, but I mean, for instance, Valkyrie. Yeah, the famous Final Fantasy character Valkyrie. You know, it's kind of weird, but whatever. You know, it's okay they want to add some other things as well that aren't exactly Final Fantasy related. So, basically, let's go into the decks. That's where I was earlier, but I did not mean to go there. So this is your deck. This is your job. Currently I have 3 of them: Onion Knight, Neophyte, Ranger, and Apprentice Mage. Now, each of these can actually get their own sub-jobs. So, Onion Knight, this is the standard Onion Knight job. But then you get Warrior if you progress, and eventually you will get Knight. I believe there are at least 2 more, so yeah. And you can actually have different decks. So, I have at least, like, I have a couple of them. I think. No, right, it's the other way. So here we have the Onion Knight Warrior job, and there's a reason why I have one of each of these. So basically, aside from those 2 cards, you also have, I'll just switch to this one, weapons, and you have Blank Blade. Now, because of the event that is currently running, I actually got the Masa Moon, and I think it's pretty cool. It's better than the original blade. I don't really know what this blade is. Blank Blade Plus. I guess it got upgraded. I don't know, but whatever. I like that sword. It's pretty cool. And aside from that, you have these 4 cards. Now, these 4 cards determine what you can do in a fight, and I'll explain those with the fight. So this is the map system. You can see you can move the map. It's a pretty cool map actually, but so this is where we are. We can go here, we can go there. So let's go to Forgotten Causeway. So here we have an Earth boss, according to the warning anyways. So let's just, sure, let's go. And now you have a rental system, so you can rent any of these cars. It's like any other mobile game, really. You can borrow other people's characters and, you know, do that stuff. And here you can actually see other characters that you follow and such. Because when you rent something after you have completed the duel, well, you can follow that person, meaning that you will have a higher chance to get their rental card. Now this warning triangle here, no, not triangle, I'm so stupid. This warning sign basically means that your class can't use these cards. And I'll get to that a bit in the duel, so I'll just rent this one because it's literally the only one that I can use. So now you have a little animation here where he actually walks there. You can actually skip that by clicking, but it still has to load, so whatever. So this is the fighting system. You have your enemies over there, yourself over here. So you can click target view and you can actually switch targets to whatever target you want. And as you can see, these little things, these little dots, they represent these. So I have 2 wind and 2 fire. And as you can see here, we have a couple of abilities. And since we have 2 fire, we have 2 of these squares completely red. When all 4 of those are red, we can use that ability, and that ability is what we gain from my card. But these enemies are usually not very strong, so we can just kill them pretty quickly. And there we go, just one more enemy, and oh, it's actually a bit tougher, but whatever. So now we have a whole bunch of green, because you get like 1 or 2 every time you attack. So here we have a couple of tougher enemies. So let's use an ability. Let's use Wind Cross because we have a ton of green. So now he uses them and now they're gone, but it hits pretty heavily. Now as you can see, the bar under here is basically like in Final Fantasy 13 if you play that. It's basically a break gauge. Yeah, you saw there. Basically, when it's completely... the orange is easily dealt with abilities. The abilities deal a lot more damage to that. And when it's red, you know, your normal abilities deal more. Now he's at Earth, so my Earth ability wasn't really very useful. But I did need to get rid of some of the orbs, because you can only have a set amount. And boom. But I want to save my green spheres for the next attack, the next battle, because there are 2 more battles. So we can see up here. And now we have 2 of those and 1 green. So let's just use Wind Cross. As you can see, it dealt massive damage to these 2, but not very much to the 3rd one. And that's simple, you know, because of that. Oh, there was actually a 4th one, I did not notice that. Crap, it got healed. Did not actually know that you heal them by attacking all that, but I guess it's an elemental of some kind, so whatever. So as you can see now we have rainbow colored. Now rainbow colored are a bit special because they can actually be anything. And yeah, that's basically how that works. And you know, just keep on attacking, basically. And once they are break, they don't actually attack, and your attacks deal more damage. So you gotta be a bit smart in saving up your abilities. So if I use Wind Cross now, it'll deal massive damage to all 3 enemies. And there we go. And there we go. It's almost down. It's almost It's almost broken. And boom. So let's attack it. And sure, let's attack again. Let's use fire. It's not super effective, but it's a bit more effective than a normal attack. So, and it's gone. There you go. You can actually kill them even though they aren't broken. It doesn't really matter, but they do take a lot less damage. So we get score, and that apparently goes to your weekly ranking. I don't really know how that works. Well, whatever. So yeah, now you get some EXP for your cards, and they can level up. And when they level up, they add to your total overall deck level. So the total level of all my cards is 56. And then we get skill seeds, which are basically things that you use to level up, will progress your job. I'll get to that when this is all over. So we got this card, it's completely new, didn't have it before, a Grudge Fighter. And it has Lesser Earth Blast, it costs 5 orbs to use, has a max level of 11, so it's not great. And it has 120 attack, which is, I mean, it's not super bad, but it's not very good either. So basically this card is pretty good to just, you know, use in Fusion, which I will also get to in just a moment. Got Earth Essence, this is a healer card. A Lesser Earth Shift converts all elemental orbs to Earth. Honestly, it can be pretty good, but I mean, it's kind of like you have to be very specifically using only Earth abilities to use that. But then again, we'll get to another thing. So basically, that's what we got from the fight. And then we get a cutscene because this was a story mission.
I think I know this place. Oh, I'm sure I do.
So that's the Moogle that follows you around, because obviously you have to have a accompanying Moogle.
I remember something about a key. A secret key. Hidden away somewhere in these dunes. Or something like that, Kupo.
More prophecy talk.
How did that bit go again? It was in the prophecy. Something about some place being dangerous. What was it called? There was a goddess's name. Forget it. Let's just find that key for now.
For now. And what comes after for now?
So as you just heard, the story is not the best. It's basically a whole lot of, yeah, the prophecy, and you're the prophecy warrior.
Come on. It's not gonna find itself.
So basically the story is not very good, but I mean, if you like that stuff, sure.
Let's just get moving, Kupo. Kupo.
Prophecies, probablys for nows. Doesn't sound like everything will be fine to me.
Okay, so we got, because, well, actually, there are daily missions, I forgot to mention that, but basically, they're usually pretty simple. Use elemental orbs and stuff like that, and you get some pretty decent stuff, and I'll get to that. I'll get to new things right now. Then you unlock the next one, and let's go into Fusion. So basically Fusion is the way to manually level up your cards. Let's say this card here, I want to level it up. So you can select your Fusion cards, you can see how much EXP they all give. This one actually gives 151, that's pretty good. So let's just take all of these cards. Okay, as many as we can anyways. It's not a lot of EXP, but I mean, basically, boom, there we go. So you see now it's a bit closer. And that is what gil are used for. Now, because I started playing this game pretty early on after it was released, I've been getting 10 million gil every single day I've been playing, because 10 million players play the game. I don't know how long that event will happen, but honestly, I don't really care, because I have so much money now, so it's just good. So basically that's how that works. That's how the level works and all that. I think by leveling up the cards you can increase their attack and break power, but also their skill seeds. Basically, you saw after that fight that I got skill seeds. When I have this card equipped, I get +4, +4, +1, +1. So that's 8, 9, 10. That's 10 of these, as you can see down here, total skill seeds. So basically you get 10 of these wind skill seeds and 2 of these, which I don't really know what they are. And I'll get into that right now. Basically, here we go, skill panel. So these are all skills that you can buy. You cannot unlock them all. And in this you can unlock them all. I've already unlocked all of these, but as you can see here, this one for instance costs 900 fire skill seeds. This one costs 450 light and 5400 fire. So you're gonna want to have get a lot of skill seeds after every single battle. I've got a lot of earth, wind, and you know, a lot of earth and wind skill seeds and quite a few light, but I don't have very many fire because I've been using them here and here. But you know, as soon as you get, oh, so that's where blank blade increased. Okay. So basically, you can get Blank Blade upgrade here, an enhanced ultimate, and a new job down here. Usually the job costs crystals, which you can also get like daily and stuff like that. So that's how it works. So if I get this one, I get plus 15 attack, this one 100 HP, and you know, all of that. This one gets me an extra element when I start, so I have an extra orb, which is pretty useful because, well, you use them to use skills. So that's pretty much everything for that. And like I said, the first one, oh, that's a good one. This one was for Onion Knight. I filled that one out, and I got the Warrior, which was this one, and then I filled out this one and got the Knight, and that's the one I'm using right now. And as you can see, well, they change appearance depending on which job you have. So if I switch to this one, he looks like this. This one, he looks like this. And this one looks like this. Now that's just of these. I only have 3 of these, but there are more of them, and I haven't actually gotten any of them. Because of the way that you actually get them is because you use summon cards. Now summon cards, you can get job summon. You can get 6 ability cards plus a Final Fantasy VII Remake card. You can get ability 3-star summons and Final Fantasy VII Remake summon, which gives you a max boosted 4-star ability plus a Final Fantasy VII Remake card. And finally, you can use Gigantuar summon. Now these summons are used to get Cactuars and Gigantuars, who are special cards you use to fuse in fusion. So basically these all cost summon tickets or Magicite. Now Magicite is basically where the game goes into full-on pay-to-win mode, because, well, quite frankly, to get a job summon it costs 3000 Magicite, and this one also costs 3000. This one costs 1000, and I think this one costs 2500, yes. And I have 2272 right now because I got 2000 as a bonus. But as you can see, you can only get 100 at a time. So this meter fills up, you get 100, boom, and now I have to wait 16.5 hours to get 100 more. Which is pretty insane, because that means that you have to get at least like 100 a day. You get 100 each day, which means that to get 1000 you're gonna have to play a lot of days. You're gonna have to play 10 days just for 1000. That's 30 days to get one summon. That's kind of a lot. But yeah. So we also have Charred Augments, which basically allows us to level up the cards, allows us to give them more stars. Like for instance, you can see here this card only has 3 stars, but with this I think you can get it up to 4 stars. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that once. I'm gonna do it with my other card. Where is it? No, I can't do it with that one? Why can I not? Okay, well that's weird. I was gonna do it with that one, but fine, sure, if you don't want me to, fine. This one, it doesn't really increase. Oh, it does. It adds one more, but it removes one of those, and adds one of those instead. Huh. Well, I think I am going to do this there. Nope. Okay, I thought that was the button, but Charred Augments. There are cards of rarity 3 stars and above selected. Proceed. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? So this is Asmodeus, and it's being upgraded, and boom, 4 stars. So now it actually has 374 attack, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So this is the card that I am sharing, and yeah, it's basically the first card I got through the tutorial, because you got to do a free summon in the tutorial. You can boost weapons, but that's something I haven't unlocked yet. I haven't played a super lot, but I've played a bit. So what's this? Spirit Grove. Okay, so you can actually get different spirits. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. Okay, that one was by far the coolest. How do you actually... oh, it's until... Oh, okay, so now I see you need spirit tickets, and if you get spirit tickets, you can befriend one of these here spirits, and they give you stuff, apparently. Lucky beans, and a PR move to gain positive karma. I don't really know what that is, but whatever. Master of Sick Tricks. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. So you befriend them with the spirit tickets, and you can buy those for Magicite, apparently. Huh, did not expect that. But then again, you can buy Magicite. So let's take a quick look at how much Magicite costs. 120 costs 0.99 euros, which not sure how much in dollars that would be, but like almost one, I assume. So it's kind of expensive, actually. Holy crap! So 3,018.99. That's kind of expensive, actually. Wow. So 74 for 12,500. So yeah, I will not be buying any Magicite because it's expensive and I don't want to pay that much money. And I think that's a pretty good overlook over this game. And my opinion on it is that it's... well, I mean, it's kind of a boring game if you just sit and play it over and over and over and over and over again. But I mean, if you just spend a couple of minutes playing it every now and again when you're bored and have nothing else to do, I mean, then it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty good, and the graphics look great. They look very similar to Final Fantasy 14, which is, well, it's got a good graphics, and I mean, it's free to play. So honestly, yeah. Okay, the last thing I forgot to actually mention is this here, up here in the corner. Basically, you have energy. Right now I have 39 plus 3. That means that I have 39 plus 3 more than I can actually have. And yeah, basically when you get to below that, so you get below 39 or whatever your limit is, you cannot do anything if it's empty. I know that became very, very weird, but whatever. Basically, if I have 38, there is this timer that counts up. No, it counts down until the time that I have full again. Basically, it's regenerating. And if I have 0, then I can't do anything because I don't have enough stamina for it. So I have to wait until I have enough. And that is the boring part of games like this, that you have to wait to actually play it. You can't just play as much as you want. But if you're willing to hold up for that, and you know, stuff like that, then yeah, sure, go on. This game is pretty cool. It's completely free to play unless you want to spend a lot of money on it, which I don't recommend, because you can actually get places regardless. You know, I mean, I haven't spent anything at all. And if you want to play it, right now is probably the best time because of all the startup stuff, like 10 million gil and stuff like that. It's pretty good. So yeah, that's about it. And yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, bye.